Fala rapaziada, beleza? Tudo certo? Com vocês que falam com vocês, o Rumi, galera, estamos de volta aqui para mais um vídeo do Hitman 3 para fazer mais desafios, galera. O desafio que eu vou mostrar para vocês, os desafios na verdade são dois. São os últimos que estão faltando aqui nesse Fits, beleza? Que são os Features. Esse aqui é a Matter of Guilt e esse a Matter of Loyalty, beleza? Então, não sei se vocês lembram, mas o primeiro vídeo que a gente fez aqui em DARTMOOR, eu acusei a nora dela, eu acho. Agora acho que eu vou fazer I don't save, antes da gente concluir de indicar. Aí eu indico um mordomo e o outro tem um outro cara que pra gente indicar que eu não lembro quem era. Beleza? Bom, tá aqui, é só fazer investigação, beleza? Então bora lá. Vamos só investigar a paradinha que a gente já concluir a missão, beleza? Bem simples, bem tranquilo. Vamos aqui, ó. Sala do defunto.
A locked room murder mystery 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this.
É nóis, minha querida. Tamo junto.
Why don't you use your camera
Vou usar a câmera,
to
minha
scan
filha.
the dead
Relaxa.
body 47?
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons 47.
Ah, tem que seguir o... Tem que seguir a parada, né? Não sei. Vamos investigar aqui a parada.
Zachary was shopping for new Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal.
Vamos lá.
Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity.
A hidden door.
It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside. A photocopy of the floor plans. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
Também tô curioso, vamos lá. Esse aqui, falar com o mordomo. Safado, pilantra, vagabundo. Ô mordomo, vem aqui. Ô.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
Beleza. Tá.
This is very useful information 47.
Eu não sei se eu preciso concluir, fazer tudo, ou simplesmente só sair acusando.
So how does one solve a murder mystery 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps do you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
Eu acho que talvez eu tenha que pegar as pistas, porque se eu concluir, talvez...
Can I do anything for you?
Yes, actually.
Talvez
Could
ele
you
não
speed
faça
up
nada,
time so
né?
I don't die from boredom? I fear I may not survive an entire weekend in this shithole.
Perhaps a brisk walk in the garden would do you good.
I said speed up time, not my party. Now just go away, will you?
Of course, sir. I'll come back later.
How very kind of you, dear Mr. Fernsby. I hope to see you soon. Creepy old git.
Beleza, vamos lá.
Patrick Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Elaine, give us some privacy, would you?
Era a camiseta.
Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death by boredom.
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexia used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him, then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. So...
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary topped himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
Beleza, galera. Então, vamos terminar só de investigar tudo, galera. Eu vou acusar tudo, vou conversar com todo mundo. Só para evitar
Did you find
problemas.
out that the vote was notarized? But how the hell did that happen? No, we all signed it. I gave it to him in person. He says he got it notarized the very same day. Right, listen. You go to their office and ask for Cheryl. She's the best they've got.
E aí, minha querida?
Do you mind? You're really pissing me off.
Ah,
Can
tá,
you
eu
just
posso ficar
leave me
ali.
alone?
Mano, eu não sei porquê, o meu botão de correr aqui tá foda.
Right, listen. You go to their office and ask for Cheryl. She's the best they've got. Tell her you want to see the records. Don't take no for an answer. And call me as soon as you've got them. Thanks, Phil.
Beleza, esperar ela
We'll get to the
terminar
bottom
aqui.
of this.
Posso perguntar aqui?
Rebecca Carlisle, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 9:15. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is there anything else?
Tell me about Zachary.
Fora de
Did he
ficar
act
perguntando por hora.
strange last night?
Eu não sei,
now
tá,
you
galera, se
mention
precisa
it,
ficar
he
perguntando
was a
por hora,
lot more
mas eu vou
chatty than
perguntar,
usual.
porque vai que eu não
He wanted to
pergunte,
know
tem que
about my
fazer de novo.
connections in the publishing business.
Eu já perguntar pra todo
Apparently,
mundo,
a friend
então o
of
vídeo vai
his is
demorar por causa
writing
disso,
a
tá?
book.
Desculpa aí.
Which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends. Is that everything, Mr. Whitman?
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Beleza. Olha, minha querida. É nóis. Vou falar aqui. Corre, meu amigo. Vamos, 47.
Gregory Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Anything else you want to pry from my intricate...
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother,
Caraca, foda
who
ficar
travels
esperando.
more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Is that all?
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
Olha, amiguinho, vou perguntar pra tiazinha aqui. Essa aqui é a que eu tenho certeza que foi ela que matou.
Can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Anything else?
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. But how do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Is that all?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
Beleza, bom. Vamos liberar essa pista aqui. Deixa eu... Beleza. Vamos liberar essa outra aqui. Vamos usar todas as pistas que tem, né? Só pra na hora que a gente acusar com louvor. Vamos falar com o maluquinho do piano.
Oh.
Posso falar contigo aí, amiguinho?
Professor Edward Carlyle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'll never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. Anything else I can do to help?
Sim, meu amigo.
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We were. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff, all the company he had. If that's all, I have a speech to write.
Não, amigo.
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? And Mother will surely have a strong opinion on it afterwards. I can't breathe. Excuse me.
Tá bom. Beleza, bom, a gente já conversou com todo mundo, né?
Yes, hi, Cat.
Nossa, quebrou o bagulho. A gente vai lá na parte de cima, certo? Ah, vamos abrir a parada aqui do mordomo.
That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's office.
Não? Eu não lembro o que precisa ver aqui. Aqui, ó.
Zachary's diary. This is big. He was about to confess to the world that he and Alexa murdered their older brother Montgomery 46 years ago. And apparently, Mr. Fernsby helped make the murder look like an accident. And 47, the handwriting doesn't match the suicide letter in his room, proving he didn't write it himself.
Painkillers.
Mr. Fernsby
Lethal.
clearly
You use
didn't
enough
commit
of
the
them.
murder, but I think you have enough evidence to convince Madame Carlyle he did. But not the poison used to kill Zachary. Of course, Madame Carlyle doesn't know that. Are you considering to frame the butler, 47? Maybe you should tell him you are ready to present your findings. Unless, of course, you want to do some more detecting, 47?
Aqui, ó. Eu não sei se eu acuso o cara direto ou não. Eu acho que já dá pra...
Greetings, sir.
Porque agora o resto é acusar a minazinha, né? Deixa eu ver se aparece nas intells aqui. Tá, vamos terminar de investigar os quartos aqui então.
Strange.
Aqui é o banheiro.
This is Emma and Gregory's room.
Posso entrar aqui? Tá porra, não sei o que. Vocês ouviram o barulho? Acho que foi no apartamento de cima. Caraca, velho. Tem que dar uma puta numa volta só pra poder entrar ali. Aqui nós temos uma... Não, tirar foto. Opa, vamos pegar aqui.
Now, this is interesting, 47. A letter from Emma's mother stating that Emma is the illegitimate child of Alexa's late older brother, Montgomery. And listen to this. She claims to have witnessed Alexa and Zachary murder him. The plot thickens. A keychain pendant for the greenhouse. What's that doing in Emma and Gregory's room, I wonder? And why is the key missing?
Beleza, então é isso. Deixa eu ver. Tá, achei todas as pistas. Então vambora. Aqui não tem mais nenhum quarto, beleza. Vamos no outro. Eu vou fazer todos os quartos, galera. Só just in case.
That is the door to Rebecca's room.
Tem quantas pistas aqui será? Aqui é só isso de pista? Aqui, ó. O notebook dela.
I can see from the log that Rebecca was in a conference call from 9 p.m. to midnight last night.
Beleza, aí aqui já era. Então Rebecca Room já foi. Emma Gregory, Zachary. Então, esses aqui a gente já eliminou. Precisa eliminar só esse carinha aqui, ó. Tá, beleza. Então eu posso só eliminar esse moleque aqui, mas eu não lembro qual que é a mina que eu tenho que conversar. Eu acho que tem que eliminar todo mundo, tá, galera? De suspeito. Agora, qual que era a mina? Acho que era que tava ali na...
Pretty one guest will attend the funeral tomorrow.
Rosie, tell me what you did last night.
I'm in trouble, aren't I? I spent the evening with Patrick. We met after dinner and I went home at 1 in the morning. He said he needed someone real to talk to. When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe. Like a real princess.
But now he just ignores her.
Well, he's under a lot of pressure.
Beleza, então vamos ver se já eliminou todo mundo. Tá, tem só essa tiazinha aqui e o...
Idiot.
Bom,
That's what he is.
galera, vou dar um save aqui e a gente já vai pra lá. Vamos dar um save aqui nessa paradinha. Show. Vou falar com o cara aqui, eu falo que eu já tô...
I'm ready to present my conclusion to Madame Carlyle.
Very well. If you'll follow me, sir.
Yeah, keep it real.
Agora apareceu um bagulho ali na frente da minha câmera, velho. Não tô conseguindo ver se tá gravando ou se não tá. Tá, tem que indicar o mordomo. E o outro não sei quem que indica, eu não lembro.
Hello, sir.
Não lembro qual que é o outro que indica. Você fala que o cara realmente se suicidou, né? Pode ser. Mas eu não lembro. Cadê aqui? Ah, tá. Bora lá.
Just keep calm.
Me revista não que eu sou detetive, filho. Eu não armado. Eu já matei a mulher de tudo quanto é jeito,
This is
né?
Madame Carlyle's office. Please step inside.
Olha.
Your detective skills have gained you access to the Lion's Den, 47. Now, go claim your reward.
Ele já tava salvando já.
So, Mr. Whitmer, you've reached a conclusion. Take a seat.
Okay.
Please, go ahead.
Ah, tá. Eu posso acusar... Ah, eu não posso acusar o Zachary. Por quê? Ah, tá vendo por que que... Tá, então eu posso acusar o maluquinho. Só que eu tenho que fazer todas as paradas. Tá, eu vou voltar, galera. Vou voltar meu load, ó. Agora, por que eu não posso acusar o velho? Não entendi. Onde que eu tava? Eu tava aqui, né? Beleza. Eu não entendi por que eu não posso acusar o cara. Não tava disponível a mina... Tá, a minazinha eu até entendo. Mas por que o velho eu não posso acusar? Será que eu tenho que... Vamos lá, então, na estufa.
Patrick talking to Madame Carlyle's daughter.
Rebecca?
Yes.
She's insisting that one. She gets asked all kinds of questions.
Vamos lá na estufa. Eu preciso acusar o Zachary. Como acusar o Zachary? Não sei. Só se eu tiver que ver todo mundo, né? A não ser que eu consiga acusar o Zachary se eu não investigar ninguém, né? Pode ser, né? De repente eu não investigo ninguém, eu acuso o defunto.
Broken lab equipment. It looks like it was recently used, though.
Eu acho que talvez seja isso, viu, galera?
This is a table showing lethal dosages for the poison used to kill Zachary.
Something is circled, 47. Female, age 65 to 79, 60 to 64 kilograms. I'd say Madame Carlyle is next in line for a poisoning. You have uncovered enough evidence to tell Madame Carlyle that Emma is the murderer.
Beleza,
Quite
agora
the
sim.
detective, 47. I'm impressed. I suggest you go tell Mr. Fernsby.
Beleza, agora
Unless
sim.
you think there are more secrets to uncover.
Vamos ver aqui, galera, se aparece agora porque eu posso acusar os... Então, tá vendo? Não parece que eu posso acusar o tiozinho. Eu acho que pra eu acusar o tiozinho eu não posso fazer nada. Depois a gente volta, galera. Lá do início.
How are you?
Mas eu acho que eu posso acusar o tiozinho.
I'm ready to present my conclusion to Madame Carlyle.
Very well. If you'll follow me, sir.
Eu acho, galera, que dá pra acusar o Zachary se você não investigar porra nenhuma. Que acho que é isso que eu vou fazer. Qualquer coisa, eu faço no próximo vídeo, que eu já vi que tá levando quase meia hora já. Porque a investigação demora, né, velho? Caralho. Acho que faz sentido, né? Se eu não investigar ninguém, eu posso falar que o tiozinho cometeu suicídio mesmo, né? Eu vou acusar o mordomo. É legal, né? Acusar o mordomo é aquele clássico, né? Das investigações. Acusar o mordomo é...
Looking good.
Oh, valeu, amigo. Tá bonitão mesmo. E galera, um mês já que lançou o jogo e nada de legenda, hein?
This is Madame Carlyle's office. Please step inside.
Obrigado, amigo. Gente.
Your detective skills have gained you access to the Lion's Den, 47.
Vamos ver.
Now, go claim your reward.
So, Mr. Whitmer, you've reached a conclusion. Take a seat. Please, go ahead.
Ah, tá vendo? Eu não posso acusar o cara. Eu acho que eu não posso interrogar ninguém, fazer nenhuma investigação para acusar o Zachary. Vou fazer isso no próximo vídeo, galera. Bora lá. Acusar Mr. Fernsby.
The butler, Mr. Fernsby, killed Zachary.
Fernsby? Oh, you've got that wrong. He would never do such a thing. He is the most loyal man I have ever met.
I found pills in his office that matches the poison that killed your brother. Furthermore, I found Zachary's notebook, half burned, in Mr. Fernsby's fireplace. It showed that Zachary intended to publish a written confession to a murder the two of you committed nearly 50 years ago. The murder of your older brother, Montgomery.
That's outrageous. We did no such thing.
No need to feign innocence. I know a killer when I see one, and my discretion is assured. The papers also described how Mr. Fernsby helped you stage the murder of Montgomery as an accident. I believe he killed Zachary not to be exposed as an accomplice to murder.
Sweet Fernsby. You are wrong, Mr. Whitmer. He did not do it to protect himself. He did it to protect the Carlyle legacy. Mr. Fernsby, like myself, understands that sacrifices must be made to secure stability and prosperity. Mr. Whitmer, I'd appreciate it if your findings never leave this room. I understand Fernsby's actions, and there is no need for them to have more consequences than they already have. Fernsby was very fond of Zachary, and I am sure his decision will haunt him to the day he dies. About your reward. Have you considered an amount?
Deixa eu ver se tem alguma coisinha falando sobre isso. Não sei se tem alguma coisa falando sobre... E não foi o... Ainda não foi esse, ó. Tinha que estar parecido, né? Não tem nada falando sobre money. E agora, galera? Será que eu pego o dinheiro? Não sei. Vou pegar o dinheiro.
I'll send you an invoice.
Thank you, Mr. Whitmer. I trust you'll see yourself out. I need some privacy. Thank you.
Beleza. Bom. Galera, então é isso. Esse foi a Matter of
No need to panic.
Loyalty. E vou empurrar a tiazinha ainda. Pra concluir, toma.
That's Madame Carlyle taken care of. Time to get the file on Arthur Edwards.
Bom, galera, então é isso. Esse foi o episódio de hoje. Deixa eu mostrar pra vocês o que a gente fez aqui. Então o próximo eu tento fazer sem investigar ninguém, beleza? Então, galera, é isso. Espero que você tenha curtido. Se você não curtiu o vídeo... Nossa, se você curtiu o vídeo, não esqueça de deixar o like aí. Beleza? Se não tiver inscrito no canal, se inscreve. Ficando por aqui. Valeu, um beijo, fui.